Imaging Made Simple still lives up to its name since 1994 as the most simple document and content management database on the market. Even what used to be quite complex with the behind-the-scenes building and managing details about the database has been simplified. This module is called the Admin module. The Admin module is close to as a wizard type utility offering step-by-step functionality for designing your database and your users. Let's start with a pre-created database. Within the profile details, if you were just creating a brand new profile, you would select, you would enter a name for the profile. You would then, the default is 10,000 for the search criteria, but you could change that. The scanning options, you have some default scanning options here to manipulate or change to your liking. Telling it to use barcodes or making everything a TIFF or PDF from default, or to use separator pages from default for your scanning method. Here you have your search fields. This is where you would create your search fields, or you would edit a search field that's already been created by selecting the update information, changing that information and selecting update again. You have your file locations. Here's where you would tell the images to be stored, typically on a server in a protected server environment, locking that folder from anyone's ability to go and change that content. You would also be able to add multiple sources for Imaging Made Simple to look for data upon its searches. So maybe you have multiple servers or locations that you want to store your images on. Let's go from the Profiles tab to now the Database tab. Within the database details, you could select to require security for this profile. You could also allow for enabling user level permissions, and you could also enable the audit feature. You'll also have the ability to add drop-down tables for any given search field. So you would select up here the search field within the field destinations area, and down below you'll see in the data lookup field add items. Now you can type items to be included in the drop-down field. This is where you would edit any existing drop-down fields. You may also copy and paste within this box. Within the Users tab, here's how you would create a user. You give a username and a password, and you could assign, if necessary for that profile, actual user level for that user. And this is where you would also check off all features that you would want to allow the user to have authority to change or edit information. So you have annotate, edit, delete, print, email, attach, or append as additional features that you could at any time add or remove or change from one user to the next. You'll also find in the management interface that you'll have audit reports, starting with just the user report, with just focused on documents or time frame or action reports, or the advanced reports contains all of those above reports all in one report. Within the Archive tab, you can create, you could run a query-based search. just as you would within the viewers shown in other videos. You would run your query-based search, and then you can do a couple of things. You can select copy, and it would send all these records to a folder on your computer or the server for some type of use. Or you could select move, and this is how you would actually remove all the data within the database for that search that you just conducted out of the database. This is the only way you can actually purge or delete content from the database. Distribution works very similar to what we just experienced in the archive feature, and what it will do is it will actually create So by selecting the distribution, you would run a query just as I showed you here in the archive feature. It would look very similar to this exact same layout. And instead of selecting the copy or move, you would select the distribution option. And what it will do is it will create a executable file on a CD, a DVD, a USB, hard drive, whatever you want to send it to. And it would actually launch an IMS viewer with all the content that you sent from the database. This could be used for handing to your own clients, or for an auditor, or some type of legal matter. Distribution can be used for a multitude of things. You may even also be an outsource situation, and this is how you hand scan records to your clients. So this concludes the highlights of what's offered within the admin module.